without poetry, music, or art. Live without conscience. Live without heart. You can live without friends. You can live without books. But civilized man cannot live without cooks. Think of those words. Amen. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Boston Duck Tours, and a particularly warm welcome to Back Bay, Bertha. This is the pride of the Boston Duck Tour fleet, little 20,000-pound duck l'orange.
Well, our viewers requested it, and here we are. Diane and I are here at the Boston Duck Tours, and we're with Cindy Brown, the general manager. Cindy, this has become such a popular Boston attraction. When did it start? Is this the first in the country?
Actually, no. There are other operations in the Midwest that have been around for 60 years. So what we did is we saw the idea there, and we stole it and brought it to an urban setting. So we're the first big city to do it, but certainly not the first duck tour.
And can you tell us a little bit of the history of how it started or how they got their name?
Sure. The vehicles themselves were used in World War II. They were called ducks there. So we've taken that name, D-U-K-W, and we call them ducks, which is what the soldiers called them during the war. And they've been used, like I said, for years doing sightseeing tours. And it's amazing that we've taken such a critical part of the World War II history and brought it to use it for sightseeing in common days.
They're certainly unique vehicles. No one else has ever seen anything like them. I understand that the founder, Andy Wilson, was told he'd have more luck building a skyscraper in the Boston Commons than getting the duck tours.
True, and I was saying earlier, a lesser person would have given up their efforts, but he took 2 years of his life and really dedicated his time to getting the permits necessary, working with the city, trying to understand, having them understand this concept because no one had ever seen it. So it wasn't just saying, I want to open a business, but I want to do this crazy thing that no one's ever heard of. And he really worked hard for 2 years, and I luckily came on right at the end, so I didn't go through that, but I have been with the company for 10 years since we started, and really appreciate his efforts at that time.
Yeah, they must have had some bureaucrat saying, you want to do what?
And they tell me now, they said, we laughed when he walked through the door. I can't believe he actually kept at it.
He was cracking up.
Exactly.
How many people a year take a tour?
Last year we had 460,000 in 8 months, which is the largest sightseeing company in Boston and the largest duck operation regarding number of guests carried.
Cindy, what makes the Boston Duck Tour so unique and so popular?
You know, it's great for every guest. The kids love it, the adults love it, seniors love it because they can appreciate the history of the World War II vehicle. So I think it reaches a wide variety of guests in Boston. And what better way to see the city? You learn about the history, you see the architecture, you see the sights, and then you get on the Charles River, which is an experience most people don't get.
Now, where will this tour take us today?
You'll go through all of this city, you know, Back Bay, Beacon Hill, Charlestown, and then when you get to the Museum of Science, splash right into the river and spend about a half an hour on the Charles. It's absolutely gorgeous and a beautiful day for it as well.
What better view of the city from the water?
Yeah.
That's going to be gorgeous. We're so looking forward to this. Now tell us about the many conductors you have.
Well, you'll see some of them walking around. It's funny because they walk through the streets of Boston and people think they're crazy because they're in these get-ups, but they are an interesting breed of employee. They love history, they love acting, they've got this innate ability to entertain and be smart and safe and everything else. I don't think I could ever do it, but they do a wonderful job giving 5 tours a day for 8 months.
Now, where do they come from?
You know, everywhere. Some of them are retired business people. Some of them are, you know, actors that never really made it. We do an open call if they have a captain's license, and then we train them for the rest of it. So they learn the history. They train for probably 4 to 6 weeks walking around town, visiting different sites and learning the history and the safety of the vehicles.
So not only are they making it fun and humorous, but you're also learning a lot at the same time.
Absolutely. It's amazing what's in their heads. They have probably, you know, days worth of history, and they have to condense it down to 80 minutes and share what they want to. And that's what's nice. Every tour is different because depending upon which conductor you have, you get a completely different tour. There's no script. It's all what they want to talk about.
Well, thank you for allowing our group and the viewers to take this tour, and we're really anxious, and, you know, let's get started.
You'll have a great time with Captain Cookie. He'll take good care of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.